Demolition of the Château of Meudon by Hubert Robert and Entrance to the Jardin Turc by Louis Leopold Boilly are two pieces of art that I had the pleasure of viewing at the Getty in Los Angeles in March of 2024. In both paintings, the artists utilized both the grand scenery and exact lighting to explore the theme of community. My essay's goal is to find the similarities and differences between these two pieces of art by looking at not just what's on the canvas, but also the themes that these two paintings portray. Before getting into the artwork itself, let's look at the artist behind these masterpieces. Hubert Robert, born in 1733, was a French landscape draftsman and painter who received training from an early age, traversing Europe to study under the masters of art. Roberts was known for his landscapes, but specialized in caprici, idealized landscape and architectural fantasies. An artist of amazing versatility and technical virtuosity, he painted subject matter ranging from the frivolous to the sublime. He could paint on virtually any scale, from colossal decorations to pictures the size of large miniatures. Robert lived to be 75 years old and accumulated several thousands of pieces of artwork that he created throughout his lifetime. Louis Leopold Boilly was a French painter and draftsman born in the year 1761. He grew up in the French middle class and painted many genre paintings, showing the life he lived. He was a self-taught artist who also began at an extremely young age and never stopped painting. By the end of his career, it is estimated that he painted about 5,000 canvases. He was said to have worked quickly and only needed 2 hours to complete a piece. In 1794, an erotic painting elicited accusations of obscenity, an offense that carried the threat of prison and harsh penalties. A keen observer of human behavior, Boilly turned his attention to more public scenes, depicting the social customs of Parisians at the salon, on the promenade, at the billiard table. This story of obscenity makes me wonder what type of art he would have been drawn towards if he was free to explore whatever subject matter he really wanted to. His art often has a sliver of humor in it, which just makes it more accessible for all types of people rather than just the highly educated. Now onto the pieces of art themselves. Demolition of the Château of Meudon depicts the ruins of the chateau after the French Revolution. The piece shows many workers trying to rebuild this huge building, while others are drawing or just visiting the site. This diverse human activity, encompassing work, rest, and play, is dwarfed by the chateau itself, which, although partly demolished, creates a strong diagonal access through the composition. Hubert Robert also emphasizes the main structure by casting it in strong light. By contrast, many of the figures around the periphery of the composition are shrouded in shadow. This use of shadow is a great way for the artist to make these people feel even smaller. When looking at this piece, it seems to me that the only way for such an extreme shadow to appear is for the building in front of it to be massive. This use of scale makes the humans feel even smaller and more like ants working together to get their colony back to the way it was. When looking at Entrance to the Jardin Turc by Louis Leopold Boilly, the first thing I noticed was the spotlight like source of light that is being cast onto the piece. It brings the eyes of the audience to the women and children in the middle of the piece. This painting of one of the city's most popular cafes is able to show a lot of excitement, while most of the facial expressions on the painting look emotionless. Boiley is able to accomplish this by the sheer amount of people crammed into this tiny space. Everywhere you look in this painting, there is something unique happening. It gives the feeling that something special is going on in that courtyard. The people in the photo range from young, old, poor, and rich. This is a great way to show a community prospering not only financially, but culturally as well. Boilly even included himself sitting on the far right to show how he is also a part of this community. When looking at the techniques used by the artists, it becomes evident that both artists skillfully use chiaroscuro, a technique involving strong contrast between light and dark to enhance the thematic elements of their work. Hubert Roberts' strategic use of shadow in Demolition of the Château of Meudon not only emphasizes the colossal scale of the ruins, but also underscores the unity of the workers in their collective endeavor. Similarly, Louis Leopold Boilly's manipulation of light source in Entrance to the Jardin Turc directs the viewer's attention to the bustling activity within the cafe, portraying a vibrant community bonded by shared experiences. A community is a group of people who share an identity forming narrative. Communities are what give a group of people a sense of belonging or inclusion, which is very important for us humans. Throughout history, there have been a few occasions where a culture is forcefully disbanded, and it leaves a significant impact on all those that it has happened to. Look at the indigenous or enslaved communities to see that while it wasn't entirely the end of those people, the culture that they cherished was forcefully taken from them, leading to intergenerational trauma, a loss of cultural identity, and socioeconomic disparities that still affect these communities today. While both pieces are completely different on subject matter, they both do a great part in showing the struggles and triumphs of community. The painting by Robert gives us an example of a community trying to rebuild after the French Revolution, giving all the workers a common goal. The painting by Boilly shows us a thriving community who all seem to have the same attitudes based on everyone having similar facial expressions. Both pieces give us a window into what community was like in 19th century France.